I gotta be. Everybody's so serious. I know all these folks. So
Jeff,
how does it start?
How was AAA for you last night?
What are you talking about? I wasn't there.
No?
I guess I'm supposed to be serious. No, it's been obviously a couple of years. It was really kind of surreal in a good way. I haven't been a part of AAA in a couple of years, and so La Impresa, that whole vibe going on, it just kind of fit. A couple of folks that I know in Mexico City were shocked, and they don't use that term very lightly. So if I can shock those some of my close friends in Mexico City, I think mission accomplished.
Jeff, recently you brokered into the world of professional sports, promoting a team now, Lucky Horseshoes in Springfield, Illinois.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that. How is your wrestling promotion going to affect a baseball organization? That's a different challenge.
You know, the cool part about the entire experience with the Lucky Horseshoes is that Jamie Toole is the majority partner with Capital City Baseball, and we've had a relationship for multiple years. I've had a multi-year, 20-plus year relationship with minor league baseball, and minor league baseball is radically different than Major League Baseball. Minor league baseball, they may have a set of players one month, and the next month they entirely new roster. So they have to sell fun and entertainment and the experience and the atmosphere, and that really goes hand in hand with professional wrestling. And so when we connected and he pitched sort of, I'll call it the vision, it was right up my alley. At first it was a little bit of a head scratcher when they presented the whole ownership package and plan and where we were going. But we did the rebranding last month, and the statistic that I'll share, it's kind of hot off the presses, but I think it's real good. And it's really, this is more for the momentum we're creating. I don't want to point fingers or anything, but our digital numbers did more in the month of January than the team did last year in the entire year combined. And I just say that out of all due respect, is that the rebranding and the engagement and coming to town, I'll say, and you guys are here for a wrestling event, with a real professional wrestling mindset, to make a lot of noise, get engaged in the community, nonprofits, Salvation Army, YMCA. We have really dove into the community. We partnered with the mayor, did a live event with WWE, and the whole genesis of that was I was going to take the mayor out to a night of wrestling. He's a longtime wrestling fan. He's taken his kids in years past, so we get to go to a live event. I ended up in a Miz TV. The mayor was announced. The Miz wore a jersey of the Lucky Horseshoes in the ring, so it was a really great live event, great turnout. So it has exceeded all expectations in so many ways.
Are you going to be bringing any more professional wrestling to Springfield in the future?
That's a silly question. Of course I'm going to. Yeah, we are going to. That's I guess you could say, I don't say it's my number one job, but we have 30 home games, and we've got all kind of promotions. I don't know if I should release this yet, but Road Dogg's going to come up. We've got a NASCAR legend coming up. All kind of theme nights. We've got collectors night and all that kind of stuff. But we're also going to have music events. So. Events on non-game nights. We're going to have a wrestling event. We're going to have music events. We've got a lot lined up, and this is just year one. Sorry for the baseball question.
Jeff, I want to ask you quickly, Triple H is retiring this week, and you worked with Triple H a little bit in the Attitude Era. You worked with him when you came back to WWE. Did you get any cool experiences with Triple H that you can share with us?
You know, we wrestled in the Attitude Era, and you know, that's when our in-ring paths crossed. What I always admired about him from the beginning was his business mindset, and then obviously with NXT in the very early days, I think we both sort of have the mentality of how can we create stars of tomorrow. I think the one thing that I respect and that I think I have in common with him, or one of the things, is just kind of that desire to and get the satisfaction of finding new talent, developing them, and then really seeing them blossom. I always incredibly respected him for that.
Hey, Jeff, tonight is Ring of Honor Supercard. Wait. All right.
I didn't see you walk up.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I'm hiding here behind this camera. Tonight's Ring of Honor Supercard. What do you think of Tony's acquisition of ROH? And if you had any advice to him in the kind of situation he's at where he's going to be balancing two promotions at the same time, what would be your advice to Tony?
Oh boy, that is a loaded question right there. If
Thank
there was one. I don't know enough about what his vision is. Like, where will Ring of Honor content, is it going to stay on Sinclair? I don't really truly know enough about it, what his vision. I am absolutely excited because today at WrestleCon I was having a pretty deep conversation about a guy that loved the Attitude Era, and then he kind of fell off. And he said in the last couple of years, I found it through my kids and YouTube. And so I said, well, what do you watch? And he went into this list of, I watch AEW, watch Impact, I watch this. I said, well, I bet you don't watch AAA. He said, I watch AAA. So the ability to watch multiple promotions. And so I think that the real litmus test, if you will, is that how's he going to differentiate AEW vision from a Ring of Honor vision? Because I know from personal experience, I've witnessed it, I've been a part of it. If it's AEW light, I'm not sure that's the recipe for success. On the flip side, if it's a completely different vision, more power to him, because I think wrestling is thriving with all the different brands. You can look at WrestleCon, 6 or 7 shows at this venue today, MLW, multiple lucha shows in town. I'm, for one, super excited about where the industry's going. I mean, you know, I think about '94, my first WrestleMania, actually being, and how it's grown, and you know, we're doing a pay-per-view with. There is not a wrestling ring in sight tonight, and that kind of speaks of the volume of where the industry's at, and it's just going to keep bigger and bigger and bigger. And the international component just continues to blossom. So the short answer is TBD on Tony's acquisition.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that.
How have you felt getting back in the ring after a few years, and how long do you see yourself doing it?
How long? I never would have dreamed that I'd be stepping in the ring, but you know, a lot of people are negative on the pandemic, and not everything great happened out of that. But it, you know, for the first time in my life, I spent more than 60 consecutive days in Hendersonville, Tennessee. I had never done that literally since a senior in high school, and that's because of school. But I still left town on weekends to go to wrestling shows or stuff like that. But being at home all that time, and then as things transpired and launching the podcast, and I kept getting phone call after phone call. I told Karen, I said, all right, I'm going to get in shape. And she just kind of rolled her eyes, and I'm like, all right, I'll show you. But getting in shape, I feel fantastic. And I was really happy with Hammerstein in multiple ways. That new character, new look in a way, but pulling from my past. But I'm not sure how long I'm going to do it, but I definitely take it one match at a time.
Hey Jeff, it's your 5th decade in this. How have you lasted so long? What keeps you interested?
Oh, wow. I love it. I can tell you, look, I know almost everybody by first name. This may sound cliche-ish, but I really do, love is the right word. I love professional wrestling more today than I did when I broke in. And so I think the passion, and when I do seminars, I tell guys, look, if you're doing this for the money or fame, and that's generally why somebody gets in this business. Either they want to be famous, or they make money, or both. And I tell them, those have to be 2A and 2B. You really got to love what you do. It's there's no amount of fame and money and all that kind of stuff. If you don't love what you're doing, you'll never succeed. So I really love, I absolutely love it, and I think wanting to continue to be innovative. Sometimes I use the word reinvent. I think that's more of an in-ring character, but as far as innovate, and I got a couple of international projects that are in development that I believe are going to be very innovative, and that's what drives my brain. How can we look at wrestling differently?
Awesome, guys. Thank you, Jeff.
Tip,
Thank you.
that's too short.